So we are going to build a full-fledged three-statement financial model using a trial balance. Because most of the time when a financial model starts, you would start with only an assumptions right in your hand. So the real financial model should start from one thing, which is trial balance or a profit and loss. Obviously, a profit and loss can be created through a trial balance. So this trial balance, which you can right now see on the screen, does not even a demo data. It's an actual company, which is a real estate company. So we are creating a complete financial model for this real estate company, which includes expenses, account receivables, special schedules for those. So all the schedules which we are going to create are regarding receivables, payables, inventory, fixed and intangible assets, and all that which is relevant to this model. Along with that, we will create a driver's tab. So let's give proper instructions to Claude and let it build for us. So let's open Claude and write in our. So I'm going to voice type it. Can you create a financial model for me using this trial balance? So this financial model should does not only include three statement model, but it should also have a proper connection to its assumptions. Assumptions should be including. Along with that, I want you to create a driver's tab for specific income statement and balance sheet. For balance sheet accounts, I want you to find out which of these accounts can be created by projections for schedules such as accounts receivable, inventory, payables, deferred revenue, or if there are any long-term loans, so we can create a proper schedules for that. Along with that, I want you to create proper schedules for anything which you think need a schedule and create a proper driver's tab which should include how we're going to forecast our current data. So right now we have a data which is showing up as of 31st December 2024. I wanted to create a forecast based on 6-month average, 3-month average, 12-month average, prior month, prior year, or a monthly assumption. So all these inputs can then be applied automatically. So there should be a data validation right there. Along with that, I want you to add a percentage buffer by which every month it will increase. So here is a prompt which I have written for Claude to create a financial model. I know this is a lot right now to feed it. So let's feed it and let's see how it will create the financial model. He is reading the trial balance and now he's asking some questions, such as if he wants to create for 12 months, 24 months, or 36 months. So let's create for 24 months. And he said, so we got no deferred revenue right here, so we can just skip it. It's going to build a trial balance reorganized into a clean classified format along with a driver's tab and then a schedule for account receivable, inventory, and debt schedule and property plant equipment. And then we will get an income statement which will be connected with the driver's tab, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. So this is going to be built according to what we asked to it. So let's see how it builds. So right now it's actually working on it because it's a very big task which I assigned to Claude. So we can start reviewing what exactly he built for us. So the first thing which he built is a trial balance, but on a much easier and cleaner note. So we can see we have accounts, we have group, we have category, and a debit and a credit and a silent balance. So it is now helping us to find out that whether which accounts is going where, whether it's a balance sheet account, income statement account, or is it an asset, liability, expense, income, what is it? And after that, we are finding out the further subcategories in that main section for assets. So we can get cash and bank, receivables, inventory, other current assets. So we have all these structure which is defined in this trial balance. So using that is now creating towards the driver's tab. So right now we are on the driver's tab and which he built pretty good because he only gave Claude around 1 year of data and that data he used to actually create a full-fledged driver's tab. So he assumed we gonna have simple same amount of values over the period of 12 months because we did not give its data properly. So we can see we have all this data coming from January 2024 till December 2024, and then we are using this 6-month average, 3-month average. We can just shift from this 6-month average to anything we want and we can add a buffer of 5% or 10% and see if it's working properly or not. If we just add buffer, you will see our values are increasing continuously. So this is being applied only for income statement accounts because for the balance sheet accounts we usually use either schedules or we usually use prior month balance. So if we scroll down, we can set this up as like, so we can just set 12-month average right there, or we can change this to prior year or monthly assumption. We can set the monthly assumption up, let's say $6,000, or we can play around with all these assumptions, whatever we like, and we can just add percentages right there, and it will update in the drivers tab. If we just check, we are getting that amount as a 3-month average or increasing, whatever. So we are actually building the drivers tab right from Claude. We just ask him to create it. It's very easy for us. So now we are done with the drivers tab. Let's move towards the schedules. What he built in schedules is account receivable, inventory, payable, long-term debt, and property plant equipment. These are a lot of schedules. And these just not built from scratch. These are being connected to our existing balances, which are shown in the trial balance. So this is something really great. So right now we have a beginning ARR, our credit sales and revenue, and then our collection. And this is our assumption for DSO days, which is days outstanding for sales. So we can just add things here and it will then affect the balances. So receivable is dependent upon receivable outstanding days, and inventory schedule is totally depend upon how much is our percentage of monthly growth in our inventory. We can just set that up like 10%, 50%, and it's totally gonna connect right here. So we are also finding our net change over the period of time and our ending balance. So this ending ARR, ending inventory, or ending payables, all of these things are going to be connected in the balance sheet. So if we go to similar to our payable days, it will show up the same things. If like 50 days, we can write 100 days here, and we are getting our payables balance. And if we are taking any kind of new loans or principal interest payment, we can add those here as well, and we got our interest rate. So similar in the property plant equipment, we got capex and depreciation, and then ending balance for depreciation. So we got also property plant equipment right here. Once we are done with the schedules, we can see in our income statement that what have Claude built. Okay, right now this is not what we are expecting from Claude to do, because we have literally give it towards the proper source of expenses. So I guess this job is not quietly done at the moment, because in our drivers tab we have proper categorization, the grouping. So we can just ask Claude to actually fix this grouping and redo the income statement for us, because this is really not what I was expecting. So the summary grouping in this expenses section for operating expenses is done very poorly, because you did not categorize the summary grouping properly based on the name of the transactions, name of the accounts. So I want you to actually look into this further and create a proper profit and loss structure, which should include expenses, cost of goods sold, gross profit, operating expenses, and list down all the operating expenses. The categories could be general categories like travels, meals, advertisement, marketing, and other G&A. So all these categories you should be pulling from. So I would recommend you to actually look into this and fix it for me. So right now, Claude is not 100% going to be given to the result that you wanted. So you have to adjust it as you like. We can just skip the income statement and move towards the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, we have a super check which shows that assets should be equal to liabilities plus capital, and all of our data is then connected towards our schedules for receivable, inventory, other current assets. I guess other current asset is just following the per month function, and our property plant equipment and long-term investments, inventory, and account receivable. All these three are then connected towards our schedules, and other current assets are connected to obviously prior month. So if we just sum these up, we can get our total assets value. So if we go down, we have total liabilities, and this total liabilities is also connected to our schedules. If you scroll down, we got our retained earnings as well. So balance sheet is a pretty easy one. If we go toward our cash flow statement, well, cash flow is being divided into three categories: operating, financing, investing. And these three categories are then be used based on changing of the schedules balances and along with what we have in our balance sheet. This beginning cash is coming from our balance sheet, and then we are calculating net change in cash plus beginning cash to get the closing balance of cash, which then feeds towards our balance sheet. So I hope you understand everything in this video, that how I actually use a trial balance and then create a full-fledged financial model with drivers, with schedules using Claude. And it is very easy, and it will require you much less time. At the end of this video, I want you to announce that if you need any help in financial modeling, you can reach out to me. We are actively looking for clients. You can reach out to me using a description. You can reach out to me using the email which I mentioned in the description. Thank you.